Like that investment is paying off 10, 20 fold every month now. I literally know what roughly between about 20 to 30 pounds of what it will cost me to take a client on. This month, 38 cents a lead. They come in and they're saying, please tell me more. So I've ended up keeping a lot of the clients that come through ads for a lot longer than I was keeping clients that I was just picking up anyway.
Thanks for sitting down with me. Today we have Daniel Ali. Dan, do you want to just introduce yourself real quick? Who you are, who you work with, how all that works?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, Daniel, I work mostly with online clients, typically females between 30 and 45. Been doing online for a couple of years now, but it's like this last year's really been pushing that. And then obviously worked with Jamie last year and been taking everything he's taught me to keep growing.
So we worked together for about 6 months. Where were you exactly when we did end up? Because I think we did 2 calls, if I remember correctly, back in the day when we first met.
Yeah.
So where were you when you actually first chatted to me? What were you struggling with? What were the problems?
Yeah, so it was 2 calls, and I was at a point where I was ready to invest because I was struggling. I'd just moved to Ireland, so I'd gone from having a really good in-person business and building a little bit online to just having online and having nothing else really. So I was really struggling to get constant leads in. Like I was struggling to get like the consistent flow of it, where the business was starting to grow, but it fall back a little bit, and I was like, I needed something. One, I wanted that I had no idea about advertising or marketing, but I knew that I'd rather focus and have people coming into the business than me having to constantly do that training of trying to find people all the time. So I was looking for that, what I can do with the advertising. And then like when I first spoke to you, I was like really impressed with the way you did things. But then I was looking at the different model of, shall I just get someone to do the advertising for me? So that's what I went away and I had a thinking, and obviously in the end come back and joined you so I can learn how to do the processes for myself.
And what were you doing back then to actually get leads? What were you trying? What was working? What wasn't working?
Posting, following, messaging people. That was literally it. Just trying to share as much kind of value and stuff as possible, which I was getting clients slowly. But I found that when I was moved over to Ireland and I was doing just online, I didn't have the proof of me being in the gym with clients and stuff like that. So I didn't have, I just found it harder to pick up people. And yeah, it was a struggle at one point. Like there was actually a point where I was considering, I was like, maybe online coaching isn't for me. And I'll just go straight back into the gym and do it that way. So I knew I needed to find something that would give me the processes that I need, that I can just continue doing it and not stress too much about it.
And when we first chatted, where were you in terms of how many clients you had, right? Because you had just done the move. Obviously, you'd tried to take your business online. Where were you in terms of client numbers?
So I think I was probably around 10 to 12 online when we first chatted. So the revenue was, more recurrent revenue was about 18, 1900, I think at that point, and it would fluctuate up a little bit and go down a little bit. And I was even just to point in the business, like then the way the business was run. And that's one good thing. Even like obviously we did that all like the advertising stuff, but just the way you set up the business and the program as it was going on, there's a lot of business tips I picked up as well. So I've ended up keeping a lot of the clients that come through ads for a lot longer than I was keeping clients I was just picking up anyway. So yeah, it's been good. So it was tough then. Like it was nowhere near where I wanted it to be. And it was at that point, it was either sink or swim. It was even like I keep going down the route, banging my head against the wall. I'd find a way to get consistent clients and start building.
So then fast forward a little bit, we ended up on the second call. We ended up getting to work together.
Yeah.
What were the main things that you actually did take away from that to bring you to the point where you are now?
So the first was actually understanding how to set up ads, how to deal with Meta was a big one. Like you and Gabriella was like super patient and obviously knowledgeable with how we get around it. Like you and I had a lot of issues with trying to get an account unblocked and not doing that. And then obviously in the end, we ended up setting a new account up and getting all that set up. Like I would have never known how to do any of that, set up like new Facebook pages and stuff to get it set up like that. So it's just navigating it around that. And then, like I mentioned before, like even after we finished working together, I ended up getting that page hacked. So I had to restart and I ended up getting the advertising just from what you taught me on the course. So I managed to find a way to get that link back to my old account and I could still keep running ads. Again, at that point, I was like, fuck, I've had enough. I'm over advertising. But then I literally just went back through what we went through and just ticked all the boxes and managed to find a way to get it going again. And like I would have never been able to do that. Like I'd probably be back on the gym floor now or
Yeah, I guess you went from, I think, never running ads before, not really knowing where to start, to being able to actually get back your hacked ad account or get around it in a certain way, just from because it's happened to us and we helped you through it the first time, to now, maybe let's not say expert yet, you know how to run the ads. You're successfully just running your ads now for the last, what, 6 months on your own and growing your business consistently on
Yeah,
your own. So where are we at now? I think we've 3x'd, let's say, the revenue of the business, maybe the size of the
yeah.
business. Where are we at now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I'm at a point now when I'm advertising, like I can set them up, like I can see exactly what's working, what's not working, and I now know exactly what I need to do and how much I need to spend every month to bring in a certain amount of clients. And for me, I'm very comfortable where I'm at and how it's growing. So like to scale when I need to and drop in more money when I need to, and play around with things for when it's like if I feel like something's not working and I know exactly how to change it, or I know what's not working, so I can go back and change it and move things around and then lean into. And I'm also confident as well at trying different styles of ads. Like over the last 6 months, I've tried some different things, like whether it's like getting some direct messaging ads or anything like that. And I know what works specifically for my business now, so I can just do that and I can just keep that. It's been a game changer, like especially the last 2, 3 months, and I've probably know what's happening. I'm getting 8, 9 times return on investment every single month.
And you are actually now getting leads down to, I think you said 30 something cent, right?
Yeah, what do I say? But this month, 38 cent a lead.
The thing is, most people will hear that and they'll think maybe it's just like they're getting someone's email. It's not actually that. They're actually pretty well qualified leads that are coming to you, qualifying themselves. We don't have to say exactly how we're doing it, but
Yeah.
these are good leads, right? If you're getting 8 or 9 times the return on your investment, we're not just running pretty run of the mill ads to try and get someone's email and then sell them through email. These people are qualified and they're coming to you.
Yeah, 100%. They come in and they're saying, please tell me more, pretty much everything. Not every single one, but 60, 70% of them will tell me more about the business. And then it's down to me to get them on a call from there. So rather than them just signing up for an email and then having to try and get them to answer another message or another call, like it's physically in the inbox ready to go and they're ready to have a conversation straight away. It's good. It's a nice problem to have. Sometimes there's too many conversations, which again, a nice problem to have.
So you've now broken it down to, I know if I spend X, I should get Y. You've broken your business down to that equation.
Percent, yeah. So if I literally know what roughly between about 20 to 30 pounds of what it will cost me to take a client on.
How does that feel now compared to, let's say, where you were at this time last year?
Yeah, pretty good. I sleep a lot better at night. Like even just the last couple of months is where it's really taken off, and I've seen it, and I've got the data now of 6, 7 months of it working. And I had a couple of months in there where I tried a couple of different things, and then it was a little bit slower that month. But then take it into the next month, and you're still talking to those leads, and then you close them, and then you can take it back and say, actually, I'm still closing at that rate. It's just sometimes it's a little bit slower. It still happens.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. The beauty about the way you're generating leads at the moment is it's a short term win because you will get people immediately that month. So your 30-day cash collected is green. You're profitable on your 30
yeah,
days. You're also generating followers. You're generating people that you can come back to the next month, make them a different offer for the next couple of months. So you're actually going back and taking the leads that you generated 2 months ago and now selling those people as well.
100%. That's exactly it. And then even just with, so I've had a couple of people that have just recommended people off the bat, like from the thing just recommended. They haven't even signed up. They just recommended they go through the lead process, and I've signed those up just from that because it obviously gives them value before they've come. So it's good. But then I'm obviously getting some of the earlier leads are now staying a lot longer. Some of them have referred people on to the program and stuff like that. So it's getting that after effect of it's not just the leads that we're bringing into the business. It's bringing more on the outside of that as well, and obviously the organic side of it, which is good.
2 more questions before we wrap up. One
Yeah.
is, on our first call, you were skeptical, you were on the fence, you had to figure these things out, which is totally normal. What would you say to yourself back then now, knowing what you know now about what we do?
Yeah, I would have just said just stop thinking about it and jump in. Like knowing what I know now is it's a process that you learn, and I've got that skill now. Like that investment, whether I would have made it back in the time that we were working together or not, is paying off 10, 20 fold every month now because I physically know what's doing. I saw that when my account got hacked, it could have been game over for a lot of people, but because I had that process and I knew exactly how to do it, like I managed to build on from where it was before and even higher. So yeah, look, I'm glad that I would have said just go and learn the process. Like it's going to be well worth it.
Last question, I guess, then before we wrap up is what is next for you? Like, where do you see the business in another 12 months?
Yeah. So next is we're at the point now where it's nearly ready to scale and bring on a couple more coaches, bring on like more of a team. It's also allowed me to do stuff outside of just online as well, like some like passion projects and stuff like that. Like I know physically on the back end now, I've got everything working, so I can bring other coaches in and just keep scaling. But it'll allow me to not have to concentrate and stress too much about where leads and money is coming from, and I can just focus on what I actually want to focus on.
Amazing.
So
Well, job done. You managed to solve the problem and you are growing your business now. You're, I think, stood way more into the business owner role as opposed to the coach role than I think you were when we first started. You are literally broken your business down to a equation of, I know if I spend this amount, I will get a client. That is a very nice place to be in. So thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you taking the time and look, best of luck.